overcomes and finally brought down by return.
Alright, go on TV and go on YouTube.
Big got it. Roll it to its right. And that throws off target. And
are you on my line?
again on second down. It's big. He's going to go for a big play down.
No way.
No fucking way. Dot City touchdown.
No way. Wow. Kevin Jones.
Coach Beckham got the squad ready for the 2-point drive. It appears they're going to throw for it. Rolling right. Trying to throw across his body. Intercepted. Don't do that. Let's get it to his mind. La 40, 30, 30, y 10. This Dot City offense is always throwing the ball. Just one in your defense. Here's Jackson on first and 10. And the defense is the play, but not after handing over a 100 yards. Behind on the scoreboard. Don't matter. That's when the Dot City offense comes alive. On first down, Jackson got it. Slide right. Looking long. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact to force the drop.
Are you watching this one?
Look at that, second down now. Still 10 to go. If you manage to pick up that new set of downs right now. Now Jackson. Avoiding the hit as he'll slide down with the first down. The only way to win is to play the game. So keep playing. Here's Jackson on first and 10. Rolling to his left. Can he do it? And that's incomplete.
No.
Second down, and still looking to pick up some yards. Throwing again on second down. It's Jackson. Throw it to double coverage. And it's picked off. Giving the ball up, and these City Streets stop at 2. Time to map out that next drive.
I was watching a couple of videos, but yeah. You see me go crazy though? I had a dope lineup, bro. Look at my lineup, bro. Man, look at my lineup. Look at my lineup, bro. My lineup is boy. Just an exhibition. Be very exhibition. I feel like I'm Gucci in 2006. I just got me back to hard as you can go. Like rockets, close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot, and you know. Bring spins, A-star quizzes, A+. We'll move it all simultaneously over joint.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line. Mike's 56.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Let's go, let's go!
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, and an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Strip the ball. Strip that.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. From the 44, Jackson flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. This is Ingram on first and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a first and 10 at the 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Oh, and now some space to operate. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Check Mike 50. Mike 54. Let's go.
After the sack on first down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here we go. 180!
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Coleman. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, 29 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also, it may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
From the 16, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
And again, it's Ingram. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion.
Here we go. Here we go.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. That's caught. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Here we go. Six to Pittsburgh. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
He don't know no better.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go. 15 on it. 15 on it. 54. Mike, 54. I'm coming for you.
Throwing now. Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on the
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
No, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Garoppolo now. Gets this one to use check. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
First down and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He's going to take off with it. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
Touchdown!
Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. Oh, I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Not today.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Wait.
Watch tight end.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here we go. Black 80!
Cut. Watch the twist.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo sliding out of the pocket. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
I got him.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Let's go, boys.
Gain of 9 yards. First down, 49ers.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred,
Meaning credentials.
best of both worlds when we rockin' over
Pearls in
pearls.
the instrumental.
Are you ready?
Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right, turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
Simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the crown.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about, space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. rocket like rocket fuel.